Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with The Dangers in My Heart episode number 12 and this is the season finale of this show. Okay, before I begin, I have heard the news. Yes, we're getting a season 2. I think it's coming out in winter 2024, that is January. It's quite a while later, like almost 6 months, but it's fine. At least we have like a date that yeah, we're getting this. That's what I'm like, like I'm the most happy about. So yeah, very good news. And obviously after watching and reacting to this episode, I'll give my impressions and a little mini review and talk about this show as a whole. So that'll be in the discussion section. But yeah, let us begin. Let us begin with this episode, the final episode of this season. And the previous episode was a very interesting episode. First of all, the first section we got to see uh, Ichikawa go to his grandparents' house where he falls down and hurts his hand, and yeah, like it's kind of broken, fractured. So Yamada gets to know that Yamada is a little bit concerned, and he comes back home, and his sister gets to know about Yamada, and at first his sister was like thinking like, oh, like like it's some kind of a situation where like the girl is probably not that serious or he's misunderstanding, but in the end when she realizes that this is the same girl that came and gave him like the get well note, she's like, oh, then like there's a chance. So that was that, and then after coming back he meets with Yamada, like has a few little conversation, like typical like rom-com stuff happens. But then the interesting part starts where we get to meet Pickup Senpai, and yeah, like he asks, as always, like he asks Ichikawa for Yamada's line ID, at which Ichikawa actually stands his ground and says like, no, I don't want to give it to you, so I'm not going to give it to you. And obviously Moe was there as well. Moe helps him out, and yeah, they get out of that situation. Hopefully we then don't get to see more of these nonsense from Pickup Senpai in the future. I'm sure we'll get to see more. But yeah, like I don't know, like that guy is a creep. Even more than Adachi, like he's a different type of creep, like a very like we in a weird way. But anyways, yeah, that's where it kind of ended. So let's see what happens in this episode number 12. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here. Sync it whichever is a preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, New Year episode. I knew this is how they're going to end the season. Asumode. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay, will it work? Oh my god, Yamada. Yeah, his sister knows about her now. The real Yamada? Well, yeah. What? No. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah. His sister's like, yeah, you know what? Oh boy. Oh my god. Alright. He's like, oh, like, coincidence! Ichikawa, what a coincidence! Okay. Wait, his dad didn't know? Oh, I guess he didn't know. I love how awkward her sister is as well. Shows how they're siblings. She just immediately stiffened up. Like, like, I'm talking about Ichikawa's sister. Immediately stiffened up. Oh boy. It's so funny remembering that scene. Oh, Ichikawa's sister is just making a weird face. Ichikawa's like, oh, that's gross. Oh boy. Uh, okay. All right. uh, she's even taller, almost the same height as his father. Yeah, it's fine. It's just so hilarious. Oh my god, his sister is just. Oh, wait, hey, yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna put her hand. Yep, I saw that coming. Yeah. Well, I don't think. Yeah, okay. Nothing, yeah. Oh my god. His mother is like. Oh god. Oh boy. Yeah? 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 Hmm. Alright, now he's going to. Oh wow. What? Oh, yeah, he should. His sister's going to. Yeah. Hmm. Yep, there she is. Oh my god. Wow. Well, she wants to know her more, like kind of become friends with her or something. Yeah. Oh god. Mmm. Oh boy. Oh wait, she's going to translate. She's going to translate. Yep. She's smart. Oh god. No, the little. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh God. Wow. Wow. Oh no, she saw it. Oh God. Okay, never mind. She didn't see it. Oh boy, she's gonna do it. Oh God. Anna. Yeah. Wow. Dayama? What? Oh, because Yamada Daya. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. The wait. Wait. Oh, it's hers. Okay. I thought it was take flight. Oh wait, it's the wait. Oh boy, the pictures will be crazy. I can see. Yep. There you go. All right. His dress. Okay. What? Oh, because of the. Yeah. Oh, this is awkward. Wow, she just dipped the whole awkward situation. Oh no, it fell down. Yeah. Oh no, wait. It's his? No. Hmm. Yeah, because she understands, because she herself faces the same troubles. So she can understand her. Can I call you sister? Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, this did happen once before, but he was sick. Oh my God. Oh, she's like, I need. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I guess. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, about that. Yeah. Yeah, there was that whole thing with hmm. Essay content. Oh. Glory days. National prize? Wait. Wait. A national award? What? Oh, it's okay. So, I thought he wrote it or something. Okay, never mind. My head went in a completely different direction. Well, yeah, I don't think so. Oh no! Here we go. Okay. Wait, didn't this happen before once? Oh wait, am I? She's gonna, she's going to start panicking. Yeah. Nah, she doesn't. What the? What? Wait, what? She just takes pictures and starts running. Oh my god. Yeah, well, yeah, well, obviously she's not going to bring the album here. Oh, wait. Oh, did he try to? Oh, he tried to apply, but he wasn't able to. So his friends, this is how they got separated, I guess. Yeah. And like, this is the thing, like, even if we talk about, like, oh, we'll meet, we'll keep in touch, it never. But come on, like, ah, mm. What the hell? What? Just random shirtless. What was his name? Forgot his name. Yeah. Wait, who the hell is that? Oh, it's a mom. I was like, what? Who's that? Where did she pop? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, his hand is still on the sling. Oh, I see. No, is it inside? No. She's like, I'll put it. What? Yeah? Over here? Oh my god. Like, like the bag. Hmm. It looks weird over here. Yeah, all the times that. Hmm. 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 Well, he was able to say it. Hmm. What the? What's that? Oh, the books. Hmm. Ah, first time he actually. Hmm. Okay, that was nice. Oh, Mo is here. Yeah. Girl, just okay. Shrimp snack. What? Oh, it's empty. Well, obviously she's eating it. What? Okay. Ah, wow. I want it to be seen. Yeah, this is how it all started. The whole like in the library, and then now this. Like, I have to applaud them for the really good pace they took. Like, it's not too fast, not too slow. They're, like the progression of the relationship. Like, it was done really well. Like, when I read the manga at the beginning, I always felt that this is a show, like, this is a manga that could actually be something. Like a really good story. Like, I had that feeling, and I'm glad that I wasn't wrong. Like, I can see how people like are actually praising this now, and I'm feeling that, yeah, you know what? when I read the manga for the first time, I my feeling was correct. This is really something. They were able to do something with this show. Like there's a lot of rom-com shows. However, there's a few one that are actually special to me, and this is definitely one of them. Okay, is that it, or there's like a after credit? All right, so let's talk about this show and this like an episode and all the stuff. So first of all, excuse me. First of all, like I was saying, that there's a lot of rom-com shows I've seen, and there's a lot of popular rom-coms, like like a lot of the shows that a lot of us loves, and like most of them are very good. It's not that there's anything like bad with the other rom-com shows. However, I feel like there's a difference between those shows and the few ones that I actually have like a really good feeling about. Like for example, this is one of those shows. Like I said, it's kind of special. There's a few others which I really kind of adore from the bottom of my heart. Like there's another show which is, obviously I'm sure most of you have seen it, which is Nagatoro. Like that is another rom-com show that I really adore from the bottom of my heart, and like then and a few others as well. So this is one of them. And the reason why I don't know, I felt something about this show is going to be different when I read the manga is because the connection, like like the things that happened here were actually like new, and like it actually seemed something different than the other shows. What most rom-com shows does is that it has obviously their own characters and their own twist to the story. However, the main foundation and the blueprint of everything that happens every episode is a copy paste blueprint. I feel like there's a few tropes that always has to be fulfilled. Like a few like certain situations where a certain situation goes in one direction, and then like it's supposed to get and go in another direction. That's how it goes. And obviously I'm not saying that that is bad, but it kind of goes a little bit like you feel like you're seeing the same show. Like you see one rom-com and then you see another one, and you're like, oh, it's kind of the same if you like look at it by the like from the inside. I don't think this show had any of that. I feel like that's one of the reasons why this show is so good, that it's so new. It's special. Like like every episode is something that you don't expect. Like it's like something happening in so like and like it goes in certain direction. The main characters are also, I would say, Ichikawa is a character who, like, I feel like Ichikawa is a character who is kind of common in rom-com shows. Few rom-com shows here and there have characters like Ichikawa, but I have to say Yamada is a character who, like, a character who I've never seen in any type of rom-com show being like a main heroine. Like, she seems like someone, however, from the inside she's completely different. Like, looking from the outside, you think like she's like the popular girl or whatever, and from the inside she's this character who's just like, what can I say, like so down to earth, sweet and nice, and yeah, like like that kind of thing. I don't know, like there's like a different charm to Yamada like that I don't think any other like rom-com show has been able to bring out. Ichikawa as well, like I said, we've seen characters like him in a lot of rom-com shows. However, yeah, Ichikawa's situation is that we get to know him a lot more personally than I think any other rom-com show main characters. Like, we actually get to see what his troubles are and how he discovers himself and his situation. These 12 episodes, like like every episode, little by little, we see Ichikawa growing and growing and realizing his own troubles, realizing his own situation, and actually trying to overcome it. And today, this episode was the final result of these 12 episodes of him trying to understand himself and realizing his own troubles, his own situations. Yeah. So like it's really nice, And another thing, like I said, the whole pace was really good. It wasn't really like trying to like speed run the whole thing, their whole relationship, nor were they like taking it like extremely slow. This was a very comfortable pace. I really liked the pace that they were going at. And by the end of it, we actually see a drastic change in their relationship. which a lot of rom-com shows fail to provide, because the first episode of the rom-com, a certain rom-com show you start watching, and the last episode of the you watch, and if you sit down and think about it, you realize that it's the same freaking situation. What happened in first episode, the type of relationship they had, the same relationship they're having in the same, like in the final episode. Maybe there's a few things that changed here and there in the middle, but they're in the same situation. Here you can see an actual change, and that is something I really appreciate. Like, you actually can see the first episode how they were, and the final episode how they are. Drastic change, as you can see. So that, and it was like a joy seeing these two just like doing their own thing and figuring stuff out. And yeah, another few things that I really appreciate in these characters is that, like, they, like, especially Yamada, is that in certain situations you can see Ichikawa is the type of person who would rather run away than confront the situation. So him being a character like that, I was really appreciative of the fact that Yamada, in any type of situation which could deal, like, bring into like a misunderstanding, potential misunderstanding, I was really appreciative that Yamada actually didn't let go. She actually went to Ichikawa and, like, directly asked him, like, what is the problem? Can you tell me? Like, this is something that I feel like so many characters lack in rom-com shows. They act so oblivious to half of the things, and, like, they just, like, it's just sometimes so frustrating. Nowadays rom-com shows don't usually do that. You used to see these back in the days, like, of older days. Rom-com shows were crazy frustrating, like freaking 20 episodes for one misunderstanding to, like, like, come to a, like, close. I hated those type of things, and it has really reduced. Like, nowadays rom-com shows really don't have that. I've seen that, like, this trope is kind of changing, and I'm kind of glad about that. However, here you can see Yamada is actually especially, like, very, like, she doesn't even give him, like, a like usually, like, I've seen nowadays rom-com shows, any type of misunderstanding that gets resolved in like 15 minutes or something. Yamada is even better than that. She immediately strikes. She just comes in and she's like, what's the problem? Tell me. She tries to solve the situation within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. So I was really, like, impressed in certain situations where Ichikawa was trying to run away, and whatever he said was kind of harsh to Yamada, but I was really glad that Yamada, even though it was a harsh situation, she didn't really, like, like go away or get hurt and, like, try to avoid the situation. She actually, even though Ichikawa was kind of, like, being an ass to her, she confronted him directly and asked him the problem, and try to resolve the situation, which very much helped, because a person like Ichikawa, like, will always like, we know he'll try to run away. That's, like, his main, like, thing, and to run away he might say a lot of harsh things. So in that situation, Yamada confronting it was something that I was very happy about, and I was like, that's really good. Like, this actually reduces any chances of any misunderstanding. And yeah. And yeah, like, all in all, it was a great show. So okay, let's talk about this episode. And so in this episode we get to see Ichikawa goes to the Hatsumode with his family, and he's thinking, like, oh, you know what, I'm going to tell my family that I'll stay here, and then I'll go and meet up with Yamada. But then Yamada's just standing there waiting for him. And Ichikawa's like, why are you so early all the time? And obviously Ichikawa's sister sees Yamada, and she's like, whoa, like, she's actually here. Wait, is she waiting for some, like, like, someone or something? Like, she's like looking at the mirror, like, like, kind of making her hair, kind of just smiling and everything. Like, is she waiting for someone? It's called like, yeah, maybe, who knows. And then his sister's like, oh, like, go, like, say hi to her. And like, obviously, like, his sister never really, like, even thought that she's actually waiting for him. Like, she's thinking, like, oh, this is a full coincidence. Yamada comes in, and she's like, oh, like, Happy New Year, like, and everything. And this part is so funny when she's like, tells Ichikawa's sister, like, oh, Happy New Year, I'm Anna Yamada. His sister's like, like weird, very weird face she makes. Ichikawa's like, that's creepy. Well, they're siblings, nothing you can do about it. Like genes and all. Oh boy. But after that, okay, so I love how Ichikawa's like, wait, do I make weird faces like this as well in front of Anna? Okay, now Anna quickly comes to Ichikawa and Anna's like, I didn't know that there was a double booking here. And then, like they go and like start praying. Ichikawa and Anna, they're alone praying. And Ichikawa, obviously, one of his hands is broken, so he does it like this. But Anna goes and puts his hand together and, like, all like she always does, like, just like the skinship. Okay, so obviously, I doubt Ichikawa was able to pray anything in that type of situation. But after that, like they go down the stairs, and like his parents and all of them are waiting there, and Anna says goodbye, and his mother is like, "Oh, please keep staying friends with like Ichikawa." Like obviously, like his mother like kind of is concerned about Ichikawa, like thinks like he doesn't have any friends or anything. So his mother is concerned. So she's like, "Oh, please keep being his friend." Ichikawa's like, "Please stop that." Oh, anyways, she leaves, and his sister is like, oh, like that was something, even a person like me wasn't able to properly communicate her, like a person with high communication skills like me. And the best part of this episode was seeing how similar Ichikawa and his sister are. It's so it's so hilarious seeing Ichikawa's sister completely like getting thrown off in this whole situation, like completely like. And but you can see like Ichikawa's sister is a little bit more, I guess you could say, outgoing than Ichikawa, but that may be because like they're of the same gender, both are girls. Probably that is why, because there was a section where she was like tells Ichikawa like, oh, like Ichikawa was planning to like kind of go away and meet Anna. However, his sister's like, oh, like we have stuff to do, you guys go, and takes Ichikawa and decides to go and like catch up with Anna, because she wants to make a proper like introduction and like I kind of talk to her. So this you can see how a little bit more proactive she is than Ichikawa. But I guess the main reason she's a little bit more proactive is because they're the same gender. Both are girls. If this was like a boy, I doubt. Yeah, like his sister would have been able to do anything in that situation. Like it's because they're the same gender. Both are girls. I feel like that is why she was able to be a little bit more outgoing, because she has friends of like of like the same gender. So she's a little bit more comfortable. Unlike Ichikawa, who first time meeting Anna, he was completely a mess. So yeah, like that is why. And obviously like she's a little bit more experienced than Ichikawa, because she's a little bit older than him, and she has seen the world a little bit more than Ichikawa. So a little bit more experience she has, like talking with people and all that. But anyways, she comes like grabs Ichikawa, comes to the part of the fair where like the food stalls and all are there. And oh boy, Ichikawa is like they're trying to find Anna, and they're like Ichikawa finds Anna finally, and Anna has like the food like like bucket in her hand, and she's like, oh, I also brought some for you. Actually realizes that his sister is also there and tries to eat it quickly. Anyways, so you can see his sister got a little bit more comfortable with her after seeing her in that situation. And she's like, oh, like like you're eating, like like were you waiting for someone, like I didn't expect you to snack, like that. And oh wait, before that she invited them to their house, and they're like on their way. So then she's like, oh, like were you waiting for someone? And then she's like, wait a minute, like she tries to deduce the whole thing. She's like, you said something like I bought some food, which translates to I bought some food for you. And then she puts two and two together, and she realizes she's actually waiting for Ichikawa. She bumps into a lamppost. And she's like, what the hell? And now she's little by little understanding the whole situation. So she gets in, like they both get in, the three of them get in their house. And Ichikawa here realizes that the dog keychain is there with her. So he remembers he told his sister that the dog keychain is something she bought so that both of them would match or something like that. So if she sees this, she'll realize what's going on. So he tries to hide it, making the situation even worse. His sister is like, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you grabbing her stomach?" Oh boy, are you two that close? And then, like, she looks at. Oh god, this part was funny. She looks at. She doesn't look at the keychain. Oh boy. Anyways, then she brings her, like, like the the, the New Year's, I think, soup. Yeah, I think they call it osechi. No, ozoni. Sorry, osechi is something else, isn't it? Yeah, ozoni. This is ozoni. Okay. So she eats, like, she's like eating. Obviously, Yamada loves eating, and I love how, like, Ichikawa, like, as Ichikawa says, like, she's like my mental translator or something. Whatever Ichikawa's thinking, she like just blurts it out. And then she's like, "Oh, I do you like it?" And like, like, "Do people say that you're cute?" And she's like, "Yeah, like, people do it." And like, she with such a bright smile. His sister's like, "Oh, what is this? This is so bright." And then she's like, "Oh, what do your friends call you?" Like, "I'm thinking about, like, what to call you." And she's like, "Oh, people call me Dayama." At first I was like, "Dayama? What the hell is that?" And then I realized that it's Yamada, so that's why Dayama, like, kind of like a funny way of, like, like a way of, like how you call your senpai your paisen. Kind of like that, I guess. But yeah, so then both of them start teasing Ichikawa. They're like, "Oh, what do you call her?" And then she's like, he actually says like, "Oh, Anna," and yeah. Then she brings the photo album, her photo album she brings first, and Ichikawa's like, "Wait, it's yours?" And she's like, "Oh, wait, so you want to show her yours? All right, say no more, my little bro." And she brings, the picture book of him. And then we see, like, a few of his pictures, and when the topic comes to, like, like his friends, they both of them kind of keep, like, just go quiet, and we later on understand what's going on. He himself kind of explains it that, like, it's like they weren't able to go to the same school, like they went to a private school, that is why. Anyways, that happens a little bit later, but for now this situation kind of goes a little bit awkward, and his sister's like, "All right, so I'm going to go, you to stay here." And she leaves, and like his sister's keychain falls down. He was going to go to give it back to her, but kind of stops because his sister talks to Yamada, and his sister's like, "Yeah, like, like, it might seem a little bit overbearing, but thanks for being friends with him. Like, I'm just happy that he has someone, you know." And seeing this, Anna was so overwhelmed, and she's like, "Oh, like, can I call you sis?" And she makes like a weird face, and she's like, Ichika was like, "Stop getting weird like that." Okay, but this part was kind of wholesome. Obviously, like I said, you can see that his sister, like, has gone through same situations as his brother as well. She knows him very well, and that is exactly why she knows the hardships and the trouble he might get through. And so that is why she was like, "Oh, can you keep being friends with her?" Because she herself has gone through that, and she probably is still going through it. And so knowing that her brother also probably goes through it, she's just happy that he has someone that actually, like, likes him for who he is. All right, anyways, then next we see, like, she's like doing the dishes, and it's because, like, you don't have to do that, and she's like, "Nah, it's fine." And then they go up to his room, and he was going to keep the album away, but she grabs the album and she's like, "Oh, let me see more." And like, she tells him to sit down. She sits down beside her, and yeah, here the whole topic about his friends comes in. And he says, like, "Oh, we were good friends, we were in the same cram school." You remember, like, I remember the little flashback before as well, where he was like, "Oh, I don't want this gaming console," but he wanted it. His friends were there as well. That whole scene I remember. So you can see how good friends they were. However, the situation changed when, obviously, later on, like they went to a private school. However, he wasn't able to go to the private school as well. Wait, when does she talk about? Oh, this happens later on. Okay, I'm going to talk about it after in that section. But yeah, like I have a few things to talk about there. First of all, after having this conversation with her, she gets up and she's like, "Oh, what are these awards?" So, okay, wait a minute, this part. So he got these awards, prizes from essay contest, poster competition, local science fair. Okay, and he's like, "This is all for my glory days." Okay, now this part was so confusing to me. He says, "Oh, a national prize too," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Bizarre crime files murders. Yeah, so obviously I thought that at first I was like, wait, she wrote a book and it won a national award? What the hell? But then I realized, like, oh no, this book, the author got a national award for the book and he just bought it. I think that's what it is. And you've seen him with this book before as well. And he thought that she's going to, like, like kind of like, get freaked out or like creeped out or something. Because this happened before as well to him, like, people got freaked out. However, she's like, "Oh, this is so nice. This is so cool," and she like like she's very happy. She's like kind of excitedly talking to him. So he's like, "Oh, thank God, she doesn't think I'm a weirdo." Anyways, she's kind of lays down. She's like, "Oh, can you read my mind then?" And he's like, obviously he's embarrassed, and she's like, "Oh, give it a try," and she tries to get the magazine from the side, which obviously Ichikawa doesn't want her to get to know, because like it has her picture in it. So he stops her, obviously kind of like like putting them in a weird situation. Anna freaks out, Yamada sorry, Ichikawa freaks out as well. He kind of pushes him away and he's like, "Oh no, like I screwed up." Then she starts snapping pictures fast, just snap, all snaps all the pictures, starts running. It's just like, what the hell? And then she just stops in the middle and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to show you my yearbook as well next time." So obviously indirectly, like kind of inviting him over. And yeah, and then she leaves, and after that we get to see the like like the little flashback, which I'm going to talk about here. So here he wanted to go to the same place as they went, the private school. However, they like they obviously were better at the results. He wasn't able to do it, so he went to a public school. Oh wait, no, or is it yeah, he didn't get in, wasn't able to get in their school. So like their friends are like, "Oh, let's hang out even after we graduate," and all that. But this is the thing, like certain situations, like you're most of the times, like like 90% of the times, not 90 but 80% of the times, like your friends from your childhood, they kind of like drift away, like even though we say like, "Oh, we'll meet again, we'll talk to each other again," like let's hang out even if we are not in the same school. But the situation kind of changes. You get new friends, they get new friends. At first you talk, at first you kind of hang out and like keep like messaging, sending messages, but then little by little it kind of like dwindles and like becomes nothing, and nothing you can do about it. Like it's very rare that like your childhood friendships kind of still stay. It's very rare, and like nothing you can do about it. It's just part of growing up. And usually your friendship, the final few friendship that you have, those stay. The first few friendships that you have usually kind of get, if you go in different paths, it kind of like gets like forgotten by the end of it, because they get a new like set of people, you meet a new set of people, and this keeps happening. So that's why the final set of people that you meet in maybe your college or your high school, whatever, like those usually stay. And that's what usually happens. And it's very rare that your childhood friends still stay your childhood friends, even if you're going in different directions. and that's what happened. Nothing you can do about it. And he became a loner in his new school. Obviously people tried to interact with him, but he had his like that murder book whatever in his hand, and people got freaked out, and he never really tried to make friends anyways, and became this type of a like edgy teenager, kind of like this nihilistic way of looking at the world he started having. And he was like having this dream. He wakes up and he's like, oh, because I was looking at the album, and then this freaking guy comes out, the manga guy, and he says like he's like the mirror of his heart. Some basically it's like it's like his inner feelings or his inner like voice or whatever. And he says that this stuff might scare people off again. Why are you taking it with you? And he's like, no, I want to show myself. This is what I'm into, so I am not afraid of like that. And he says maybe you really do want to show it all, everything inside. And yeah, so after that they he goes to the car. His sister is also there. They're driving to school. Obviously he cannot really bicycle or do that. His hand is broken. So yeah, Anna was just there in the corner, just pops out. She's like, oh, hi there, good morning. And his sister and his mother was like, oh, please take care of him. It's the first time, off with a sling, he's still coming to school. And she's like, yes, no problem. And yeah, Yamada still has the keychain, and she's like, where is yours? And he's like, oh, it's in my bag. So he brings it out. She helps him bring it out, and she's like, oh, let me attach this somewhere. I don't know why she attached it to the collar, and I'm like, what the hell is that? It looks so weird. But anyways, she's like, oh, this is good. And here, she's like, oh, let's get going. And here you can see Ichikawa's thinking, and Ichikawa kind of remembers everything that happened after they met, and all the different things, all the interactions they had. And he says here, I stayed here a lot at home. I even lied through the events. I didn't really want to make friends, nor did I interact with others. I tried to stay away from everyone. But then, I met you, and then nowadays I don't really hate it anymore, coming to school and all that. And he's like, oh, and that's because of you. Thank you for that. And Yamada's like, no, the person you should thank is yourself. You did it. You made it possible. And he kind of tears up. She gives him a hug. And oh, the murder book falls down. She picks it up, gives him a hug, and pats him. And you can see this is the first time you can see that he kind of, I guess you could say, returns it back by kind of hugging her back. Putting her hand on her, on her back. Yeah, and this is a huge progress for him. A person who tries to always run away, give up, is afraid of these type of situations. Him actually initiating that hug, not initiating but kind of returning back the hug, is a very good progress. Yeah, in the end they're like, oh, we're going to get late. And then Moe was there, suddenly pops up, and Moe's like, hey, what happened, you two? And starts teasing them. Later on, Yamada gives him a packet of what, prawn candy or whatever. I don't know what the hell that was. It was empty, and he's like, what? And then she's like, ah, just kidding. Here you go, an actual one. And I remember the first few episodes where Yamada literally gave him empty packets to throw it away. But now the difference here you can see is that, yeah, she's actually giving him stuff now, which shows how close friends they have become. And yeah, that is where it ended. Like I said, yeah, this show is really good, really wholesome. And I like I said, it's, I don't know if you a few of you probably might remember, I'm not really sure, but I made a video talking about this when the manga was, I think, all where manga was coming out new. I think I made a video there, and I was like, oh, you guys, check this out. This manga is kind of really nice, you know, like it has really cool character development and stuff. And I just recommended it, and then I stopped reading it. I think I never really read it that much after that, you know, the first few chapters. And that is why I, like, you know, like, not first few chapters, I read quite a bit of the manga, and then I just forgot about a lot of the situations. So then after realizing that this is actually getting an anime, I'm like, oh, that's cool, I need to react to this. And I reacted to it, and I was like, oh wow, like, yeah, this is genuine. Everything little by little started coming back to me, and I was like, yeah, this is why I remember now why I really liked the manga. And that feeling came back, and now finally in the final episode, I'm like, yeah, like, you know, this is a really good thing. This is a really good manga anime slash, and I'm so glad that we're getting a season 2, 2024 winter, I think. And 6 months we have to wait, but it's fine, at least we're getting something. And yeah, like, I'm very happy to say that in my anime list, I remember when this anime came out, it had like a 7.1 rating or something. If you go to my anime list, you'll see that it is an 8 rating. And if you know, 8 rating in my anime list is pretty high. 8 out of 10 is pretty high. And I'm so glad people actually decided to give this a try. And because, yeah, the first few episodes, people might get freaked out and weirded out with the whole situation, because Ichika was pretty extreme in the first few episodes, if you remember, with the whole murder thing that he used to talk about, and talking about how, yeah, Anna would look like, if, like, you know, Anna's dead body would look like, or something, like weird stuff like that he used to just babble about. I'm sure a few people got freaked out by that and just left, and they're like, what the hell is this weird thing we're watching? But in the first episode of my reaction, I said this. I told everyone that if you're new to this, and if you're freaked out by this first episode, please give it a few more episodes. You'll understand what I'm trying to say. And I think, like, people who gave this show a try probably understands why we should, like, you know, like, this show is something that you should at least try to bear the first few episodes, and then you'll see the pure, like, you know, the actual, like, you know, like, the actual essence of this show and how good it is. And yeah, like, I'm glad to say that people have realized that, and the rating actually increased from 7 to 8, which is a pretty big deal, you know, like 1 point increase in rating in a matter of a few months. Like, yeah, people realized how good this is. And yeah, like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad this is, like, this is something, like, this has become something like this. And obviously the adaptation was also pretty nice. Like, I enjoyed this show, and yeah, I can't wait for season 2 to come out. But that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. This was my reaction for Dangers in My Heart, season 1, episode number 12. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever anime I'll replace this with. I'll make a video talking about the next season, what animes I'll be reacting to, a separate video like I usually make. So yeah, like, you know, like, see you guys in whatever anime this will be replaced with. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.